What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the top of the map. In the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is Mariano. He's opponent today in the red color. Also playing as Oranos. His name is Tunison. The map is Oasis. Oasis is the map. I'm a little bit surprised here to see Mariano going in with Oranos yet again here. I would have expected to see him possibly picking a Greek god here on this map, specifically Hades. But we are seeing him opt in to the Oranos mirror in this one on the map Oasis. Now, Oasis, obviously a very, very good map for Oranos, but there's plenty of good spawns for Greek. There's plenty of good spawns for gods like Set, gods like Gaia here. I think that Gaia would be able to win on this map more times than not here. Why? Because it's impossible to raid the Gaia in this map because you get the hunt, you put the spider eggs down. This map is a fantastic Gaia map. I'm still surprised to see no one playing her here in this tournament, especially considering all of the Oranos in this one. Also think that potentially Gaia is a decent option against Hades as well. For those of you playing at home who are struggling with the Oranos versus Hades matchup, you might want to give the Gaia a go against the Hades opponents out there. We'll see how things go here. We did see a 4-minute advance last game on competitive mega random. So 4-minute kind of no hunting dog builds in that last game. This game, both players opting for their economic guild, both getting hunting dogs because it's a 4 zebra spawn, 5 giraffe spawn. So this is almost the peak amount of hunt for a map like Oasis. The only thing, it's missing 200 food basically in terms of the zebra. There's also the baboons over here. Only 4 baboons here, so a little bit less on that hunt location. As both players are going to be getting themselves their mana up, trying not to get housed by their citizen here, and it should be fine. Looks like Tunison gets just a tiny bit more resources than Mariano there, as it does kind of look like. I'm not sure why. That's why. I was like, why is Tunison so far behind in hunt? Well, it's because he sent his citizen already over onto the giraffe, as we are now seeing that for Mariano happening as well. But yeah, not the biggest of deals. It seems as basically any amount of walking time you're going to do here, your opponent's going to have to do it as well. As long as you don't overcommit to it, it should be completely fine. Both players are going to have to send 3 citizen over onto this hunt. Anyways, the hunt here will finish up. The problem actually, I would say, is that Mariano is not going to have to send these citizen over. He's going to finish up the hunt on this location here, and he's going to be able to jump straight onto the trees and get a decent advance time. Whereas Tunison, on the other hand, he's going to finish this zebra here, and it's still going to be a zebra remaining. He's going to have to move back over onto these trees for, and this one's just going to be left here, or at least it should be left here. If he kills it, that's going to be even worse. As Tunison here, does look like he's going to kill it as well. Here's what it is. He can move this citizen over here onto the wood and then move this one over to this wood line later. That's another option to cut down on some walking time. But in the end here, both players get a 4:30 advance time. Both players, 2 villagers on gold, 2 villagers on wood, and 3 citizen on mana, on the food here, with the mana coming down on this location. So it's a very, very similar position for both players to be in. The question here is, Mariano has managed to get himself pickaxe out here at this point, and Tunison is not doing anything of that sort. In fact, we do see Tunison now pulling villagers off of gold over onto the trees here. I am confused. It looks basically what it looks like here to me is that Mariano can't afford that hand axe. He's not going to have the food. Wait, is he? He does have the food. Okay, never mind. Okay, so military barracks coming down, counter barracks coming down. Mariano's going to have a huge advantage in this game. So we do see the Valor getting utilized there by Tunison to give himself the hero citizen straight away. But Tunison with the resource advantage here, he's going to be getting more military units out But Tunison here is going to be falling behind on the economy. We do see system of bars coming through. That's going to be a big, big help. A little bit of extra food every, 35 seconds. Tunison's going to get 5% off of that 125. So around about 12 resources or so. Is that right? Yeah, 12. A reduction of 12 food. So every 35 seconds, 12 food. So every minute, about 20 food, roughly, give or take. But Pickaxe now coming through for Tunison as he's realizing he's going to be falling behind on the economy ever so slightly. Mariano will get a very slight advantage after all is said and done. It's probably somewhere in the vicinity of, let's say, 50 to 100 resources that Mariano's managed to get by getting his economic upgrades out just that little bit earlier. As the hunt just about to be finishing up here for both players. And then the weird part about this matchup and this map is once the hunt is gone, basically there's nowhere to raid. These citizens are probably going to stay out in the middle of the map, though, on the gold or on the wood, and then you can bring these villagers off of this gold mine over onto herdables here. Getting yourself husbandry at this point would be a good way forward. We do see the Tunisans onto the chickens here. A lot of food in the bank. This relic over here that has been left is the Harder's Folly. Decent relic to have, but not that important. Not really worth taking the Oracle away and having him not in the defensive position. As the villagers finish up on the wood there. Going to move down and actually eat gather the berries on this position. I don't mind that idea. Staying off the herdables for as long as you possibly can, off the goats for as long as you possibly can. Great idea. Allows you to get a big, big advantage in the game. Whereas Mariano at this point, he's already on his herdables. Does he have husbandry? Nope. Definitely a mistake there. Husbandry is vitally important. Medium infantry coming through for Mariano, and both players just playing very defensively. And this is kind of the problem with the mirror matchup in a way. This is kind of the problem. It's that both players play this one, and they both know there's not really any reason for them to have an advantage here. The best way to play a mirror matchup is actually to cheese out an economic building and just try and an economic advantage somehow, like get a town center or something like that, where your opponent can't do anything to stop it, and they don't get one. So you figure out a way to do that, and they can't do it. That's generally the best way. As we do see Tunison now moving into the main base here, and Mariano just says, you know what? You are attacking me. I am going to attack you. Instead of defending and chasing around this army for all days, we do see 4 goats getting stolen there. Instead of defending, he's just going to say, all right, you kill that tower, no worries, I don't care. I'm going to attack you, and you're not going to be able to defend. And this is exactly the same situation which Tunison was in last game. This is a full pop army, 95 population, 99 population versus only 100, only a 9. Well, I mean, Tunison's obviously 115 pop, so he has got the defender's advantage here. But Mariano can definitely take this fight here as he manages to take out one Kyriballaster. Shockwave's getting dropped down at this point as the citizen getting pulled all the way back home, and Tunison's just going to be sitting underneath this town center. Double Kyriballaster picked off there. Big advantage for Mariano here. After all is said and done, as the Promethean here going to be bashing away the units of the Kyriballaster in the back, getting some good damage done as well. The big win here that Tunison has found is he did find 3 goat. He's going to be attempting to drag them all the way back home to eat those after all is said and done. As Mariano managing to pick off a couple of the Tunison manors here. And we do see the units coming back in. And yet again, I still think the best way to use Shockwave in this matchup is not in the fights. It's not in the fights. It's just on Citizen. Because if you get Shockwaved in a fight, just run away. Just play defensively so you're never caught out of position. But you Shockwave the enemy villagers and then they Shockwave you. And then both players are, well, you're not losing. Your opponent's not getting the value out of gathering. And you've Shockwaved that off. I guess. You can also split your army up a little bit so that they can't shockwave all your units off the citizen. You can potentially get kills. But medium infantry coming through for Tunison. Mariano also, he's already got his medium infantry. He's going to be going to the heroic age very, very shortly, as we do see that these goats have been spotted. And Mariano makes a very interesting move with his hero citizen, moving out onto this position to grab this gold mine. As we do see the citizen coming back, and it seems to me that both of these players here have got their own opinion of what the best way to play in this matchup is. They've got their own opinion, and that opinion here is, effectively, it seems, full population, heroic age through Thea, second town center. That seems to be the way these guys are playing this matchup, and the only way to play the matchup. And this is kind of like this is a little bit of a problem with like a smaller community, in that a meta gets created and then people just play that meta because they don't know how to beat it, so to speak, or they can't think their way into how to find an advantage here. Now, Tunison, he's got two decisions to make here. Same two for Mariano. The food is here. There's enough food to advance to the heroic age, or the mythic age, I should say. But it looks like the villagers moving out onto this position. I think that Tunison should throw down a palace here straight away, as mythic age probably won't be enough to secure a second gold mine. So if palace comes down, and make sure you prevent this town center from coming up. And if your opponent doesn't put a palace down, you can get a gold staff. If they do put a palace down, then you just get your town centers and you're happy to go. But we'll see how it's going to go, as it looks like a market is indeed coming up for Tunison, whereas the second town center is coming down for Mariano. So a very, very different option here for both players. The problem here is, honestly, that I don't think Tunison can hold this gold mine. Army out of position here. Dryads coming through. Stymphalian getting some good damage done, as Mariano does decide, yeah, it's time to turn around. Stymphalian coming through. Will Mariano focus the enemy Stymphalian first here? It's definitely the best way to go about it. Neither player going for that one just yet, as the army over here getting chased around. Tunison, he's taking fights without population. He keeps doing it. He's missing this much population here. That's 8 population not in this fight at this point. As Tunison pulls back into his main base, he's pushed off this gold mine. There is a gold mine up on the top location there as well. But the big thing here that Tunison does have is that if his Tartarian Gate hits, he can push across the map and try and get a gold staff himself. Potentially. If he finds the resources. Send some citizen up to the top gold mine over here, leaving one Murmillo on that location there. And this is looking scary. And this is what I was talking about, where put the palace down and then you're never going to get gold starved. But don't, and you're going to have a difficult game. His unit's still chasing around here, dropping the Tartarian Gate onto the temple if he possibly can, to stop any sort of Stymphalian birds from coming out, as the citizen are going to be trying to sneak their way up to this gold mine. I like that play. I'm not sure that Mariano is going to be able to spot that there, as this is out of line of sight of this one. He's going to be moving in, as we do see the Hecate going to be coming through. A palace coming down in this position. If you find the palace, though, with this strat, dropping the Tartarian Gate onto that would be huge. As you do see that Tunison pushing forward, going to try and hit this location here. He takes down the manor, takes down the house. The palace will be up. The Tartarian Gate's going to be hitting that one there, as the citizen pushing in onto this position to grab this gold mine, as now Tunison's going to be wanting to fight this here immediately. You take this fight. You have to take this fight here. Can't be retreating anymore. As the citizen on the top gold mine over here, should be enough gold for the time being. The Tunison playing a little bit too slow here, it seems. Too defensive. He does manage to utilize that Lampede to convert one of the Dryads. It's the citizen retreating back into the main base. At this position here, Mariano's only got a 2-citizen lead, and he's just killed a citizen as well. If Tunison hadn't lost anything, he would be in a completely fine position there, as the destroyer's getting taken down. The palace attacking the Tartarian Gate here as well, as more destroyers are going to continue to stream through here. We do see some hero Mermillo going to come in to try and take this out. See how long it takes for this, how much damage this Tartarian Gate's actually going to get. As Tunison now pushing forward, going to be looking to try and target down the gold mine on this position. You just see that Mariano's on many different gold mines here as well. As the Tunisian army gets a little bit of damage done there, the gatherers coming back over onto this location, and Tunison, he still needs his own palace. He still needs a town center here as well. As the plow coming through for Tunison here as a shockwave comes in, as the engagement starting to come in, the disengage. What was the point in the Tartarian Gate? Look at how much damage this is doing. You have to fight this location here if you're Tunison. You can't be retreating here anymore. Even if you lose the fight, you just have to say, no worries. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Does manage to snipe a villager over here. The Tartarian Gate is now dealt with. And the damage is going to stop. And the Tunisian villagers have to retreat back home. As now Mariano can start thinking about, well, he has taken a lot of damage in all honesty. He's at 100 population. Tunison just has not decided to fight. If he fought at any point here, while that Tartarian Gate was up, he most likely would be in a winning position at this moment. As a citizen coming back over onto this gold mine yet again. As now Mariano, he's got all of the distraction tactics up his sleeve here. Pulling back into his main base. We do see these units of Tunison still looking for gold villages to snipe here. That palace is a little bit too much of a pain there to deal with. As Tunison now finally decided to take the fight after all is said and done. But Mariano's economy is back into full gear. It's 14 citizen apiece though, basically. Tunison a little bit behind here. As the population does seemingly look like it's dropping here for Tunison, as Mariano looks like he's holding nicely after all is said and done. The Lampini gets picked off. Symphalian Bird retreating back. And Tunison is out of units here. He's still got idle units up here that he's not utilizing in his army, whereas Mariano just puts everything into the fight and he's able to hold. As now Mariano, he's going to have one. He obviously knows where to go. He knows this is the gold mine, which Tunison is on. So he can just come over here and he can just push off that. Maybe a sky passage at the top side of the map if he has the resources. The sky passage over here, jumping from one gold to the other. There's the army coming back in for Tunison. The army coming through here for Mariano to stop the retreat path. If he's going to lose even more citizen here. One goes down, potentially two going down here. As it does get 2 kills there. Now it's a 17 citizen to 13 citizen lead. 5 citizen advantage here for Mariano. Mariano's got 2 town centers, so it's going to continue to go up here. As the Symphalian Bird's getting targeted down, he wouldn't mind seeing some heroized Arcus here by Mariano, but he's deciding not to do so. Meanwhile, the Dryads have pushed out here for Tunison to give himself a slight advantage in this fight. Is the army going to have to pull all the way back home, and Tunison can come back over onto the gold mine yet again. As Mariano, I think he's lost a house somewhere, or is rebuilding the house somewhere. And the thing is here at this point, it looks like Mariano, he doesn't actually have the food income to build 2 citizen consistently plus everything else that he's building. So one way around that is you can just stop building the all the food units, or stop building a food unit, and that's going to get your food income to afford the citizens. Or you can just say, no worries, I don't actually want citizen production here as well. So now Mariano might realize he should go to the right side of the map. There's the citizen still mining this gold mine out that can drop something, and there's also still been citizen over here. So you do see the mana's getting taken down very, very slowly here. For 3 term are dealing 1 damage per second against the mana. We'll take them 333 seconds, 334 seconds to take that mana out. It does have a mana. It does have a Murmillo here at the very least, so it will kill it off a little bit faster. As As Mariano decided to retreat back. I wouldn't be surprised to see a town center coming up here. Third town center. There's two options here for Mariano. You can either try and get to the Mythic Age here to cast a very, very strong, what do you call it? Tartarian Gate onto Tunison's base. Or you can grab the town center in the middle of the map. So we do see a Sky Passage coming through here to start raiding this gold mine over here. Absolutely love that strategy here from Mariano. The only other thing I would have loved more than that is another Sky Passage down here. But look at this. Finally, Tunison has realized. One palace is the answer that he's been waiting for this entire game. As he comes in to target down this palace, but the Mamilo already in a defensive position here as the army pops out over here. Will Tunison react in time? The army starts targeting it straight away. Tunison retreats back, almost picks off the citizen. 6 HP there, 2 HP there. Can he catch up? The Arcus do have that speed advantage. He does manage to take one of those out as the Kontari is still chasing around here. The army pushing through here for Tunison has managed to take out the Sky Passage on that location. And the army won't be able to retreat back easily here either. As the palace gets taken down, that means the gold of Mariano is going to be suffering here. So we see another Sky Passage coming in to help the army of Mariano coming back as the units coming up onto this position going to be looking to take the town center and the palace out here. As this is a very, very all-in play by both players here. No gold remaining. Town center is 200 HP remaining here as the citizen repairing it back up, not able to take that down just yet as the army pushes through. The Sky Passage just about up though. The army not close to a Sky Passage to retreat though. And we'll see if Mariano, obviously Tunison needs to take this out first, otherwise the army can just come back. The town center is now up. The palace on this location will be going down. The citizen can come up onto that gold mine over there if they so choose, as we do see some termite starting to take down the citizen on that position over here as well. As the Sky Passage almost has been cleaned up here as the palace finally up gets immediately torn down there as both players are just saying, well, let's just roam around the map and kill each other. Because why fight each other when we can just not fight each other, but instead kill each other? As the town center on this location going up for Tunison, can he manage to get that up or not is the big question. At this moment here, Tunison has got 3 citizen gathering gold. Mariano has got 0 citizen gathering gold, and he's lost his Sky Passage as well. So if this Sky Passage falls, those 3 citizen will fall out of that Sky Passage as well there. As the Stymphalian Bird does fall there, it looks like Tunison not able to quite take this out as the town center will be falling over here as well. As Tunison, he doesn't have the siege potential, which Mariano has. He is getting some good damage done, however. As the Dryads searching around for the gold gathering villages of Tunison. If we take a look at Mariano's perspective, he knows there's a gold mine here. He knows there is. As the citizen popping out over here, 1 destroyer coming in onto this position as this town center about to come up. The army coming through here for Mariano as well, as we do see a shockwave coming in. Palace attempting to come up here, but the Stymphalian Bird doing tons of damage. With the help of those Arcus here is now Mariano here. He doesn't actually care about the citizen. He realizes how far ahead he is in terms of economy. As meanwhile, in this position, we do have raids hitting every single gold mine on the map. Tunison is literally getting away with murder on this gold mine. He's getting 3,000 gold nearly on that gold there. As the town center gets up, the destroyers will be making their way over here and potentially picking off these 2 citizen here as well. If Mariano spots that, he might be too distracted by everything going on at this point as the army goes straight after the town center there. The Arcus do spot the citizen moving forward as the villagers get pushed off of that gold there. Tunison's at 72 of 130 population at this point. As the Dryad's coming back over here to start trying to snipe down this Sky Passage. Can he take it out as the citizens do dart into it? It's got such low hack armor with only 20% hack armor. Do we see any other Sky Passage? No, we don't, as the citizen do drop out. Going to be popping into that manor over there as well, as the town center will indeed fall on this position. As while Mariano has got the town center lead, Tunison has done the damage onto the economy. He's now got a citizen advantage after all is said and done. He's going to be able to get his economy going, getting his army out. He's making Contaris, he's making Murmillo, he's making Arcus here. I feel like he shouldn't be making Arcus. Might be a hot take, but no Arcus seems like a better play here. If he's got the berries over here, just take some villagers off of wood, jump onto the berries, or build farms instead, with the idea of just making Contarius to break through this army, continue the raids. But the palace is now back up. And Mariano is making his way up to the top side of the map. Tunison's getting closer and closer to 115 population. He's also going to be having all of those dryads out as well as he pushes underneath the palace here, trying to take out the citizen consistently here, as Mariano is doing a nice job keeping those units up. As we do see Citizen falling here. Nice find there by Tunison. But Mariano, he's still got 23 Citizen remaining as the army continues to push through onto this position. And now we see Mariano is unrelenting in this game. Tunison, he could have put up, instead of putting this town center up, he could have put up a palace. He would have been completely fine here. But he loses one Citizen. The Citizen have to get pulled off that wood line, get pulled off the gold tier, almost losing the this low HP Citizen. Looks like it will actually fall. One more swipe of the sword. Nope. They get away. They get away. As the army of Tunis is still trying to push through here, the destroyers are more than enough to tank those Arcus with the help of the Dryads to come through here as well. As the Arcus have to pull back. I definitely think that both players are making a mistake here, making all these Arcus. Just more farms and straight into Contarius would have been a much better play here. Or even Mariano's got all the resources in the bank. He probably could just stop making Arcus at all. As now Mariano has spotted the gold. He spotted the gold. As Tunison going to have to retreat away. Where can he go? The manor gives line of sight of this gold mine. So he can't sneak it. The army is over here. The villagers see the gold mine with 1,222 gold remaining. Mariano pushing through here. Those destroyers are just doing so much. But nice micro here from Tunison to snipe down the Arcuses instead of focusing those destroyers. Good micro. Mariano here getting himself that third town center. Tunison is on 3 town centers, 131 of 145 population as this game continues. Remember, Mariano is still only in the heroic age. So he still has a mythic age remaining here as the gold is starting to shoot up. He's got this gold mine here. It's about to expire. 300 gold remaining. We see a palace coming up on this position to defend that gold mine there as well. As Tunison yet again pushes forward. He's at full population here. Sniping at the villagers down as the town center is trying to come up. Mariano here. He's about to raid the gold mine, but he's running straight through a whole bunch of units here as the gold villagers of Tunison getting this gold as best as they possibly can. But most of these units are going to go down. Does snipe one citizen. Going to be sniping a second citizen. The town center just about up for Mariano here as Tunison has to retreat back, and Hecate has been clicked up for Mariano as just classic 25, 26 minute mythic age advances here in the Oranos mirror. As all the chaos ensues, we do see the Arcuses getting sniped down nicely as I'm pretty sure Tunison can just continue winning this fight here as Mariano is just throwing units to its death at the moment as we see some more buildings coming up, palace coming down on this gold mine to defend here. We do see some raids coming up to the top side of the map here as the palace here is up. Villagers coming through here as well. It's going to be a very tough job to gold starve at this point here as the citizen moving forward onto this gold mine, trying to mine out that 1,000 gold, but 2 Contarius here. Well, 2 low HP citizen. The rest fairly high HP as this one's going to get caught out. As the rest will make their way over onto the gold mine here. The question is, does Tunison make his way up there, or does he try and push forward? With just having access to Arcus, though, he's not going to be able to do any real pushing. He has no pushing power with the Arcus at this point. He doesn't have any destroyers out. He does have them queued up, but no destroyers. He's putting up a palace over here as well to hold on to that gold mine there. So you do see the low HP citizen was spotted there as the gold villagers happily mining now underneath that palace defense. As Mariano, 127 and 145 population coming through here. He's got all of the Arcus production coming in. As units will greet each other on this location, as finally Tunison manages to work it out. But I mean, you can just drop a Tartarian gate on this position here. I would have probably put it here, but here it does manage to start hitting this town center, and now the villagers have to retreat away. But Tunison wins this fight really, really hard here. The problem is, how does he kill off the palace? Can he get out a fire siphon? One fire siphon would be huge. Some military buildings getting dropped down by Mariano as the units getting pushed back. Dryads coming through to start raiding these citizens off of this location. Mariano at this point with only 70 gold in the bank. We still see one medium Contari sitting on this location defending that gold mine there. As the Tartarian spawns haven't quite worked out, they can attack that town center. They've unfortunately moved down to the bottom side here. They're going to be hitting the main base of Tunison. There's all the villagers going to be garrisoning here. Mariano here trying to defend this as best as he possibly can. He's just got so many idle citizens here. As the destroyers now starting to target this down. The Lampede coming in. Can he target the destroyers though with that Lampede? Is obviously what he's going to be going for. As Tunison not paying attention, going to be allowing the Lampede through here. Stops one of the destroyers. Will he be able to stop another one is the big question. Nope. More destroyers coming through here as that palace is not long for this wall, but now the town center is under attack. As those Tartarian spawns causing problems for Tunison in his main base here. There's more Stymphalian birds coming over here. Why doesn't Tunison send his Stymphalian birds to kill the Tartarian gate? As the palace of Mariano will be falling here. The town center of Tunison will be falling as well eventually. Does he have any upgrades? He does have masons. Tunison's got himself 600 gold in the bank. No favor here. He does manage to push off the gold mine. 5 citizen here for Mariano will be falling. You see some military buildings coming through as now Mariano able to grab this gold mine here, but losing the mana, losing the units, the destroyers incredibly strong in this position as Mariano retreats all the way back. The poor Stymphalian, not Stymphalian, but Tartarian spawns just not sure which way to go. But the town center will indeed fall here after all is said and done, as the citizens do manage to come over onto this gold mine here. And Mariano is still holding decently here. Copper shields at 30 minutes. Yep. just classic Orano spirit things. There's the destroyers coming in, and Mariano now on this gold mine over here. Town center falls. Tunison here has to deal with this Tartarian gate. Has to deal with those Tartarian spawns here. He's grabbing the gold mine. Copper weapons now coming through for Tunison as well. Fortified town centers is already up for Mariano, which is going to make it very tough to deal with this. As the citizen getting cleaned up. It looks like Tunison is just saying, I'm going to go push, try and take out this gold mine over here. But the longer this game goes on, the closer Mariano is going to get to full population. As he retreats back for the time being here. Citizen going to be going down as well. The Ark is going to be sitting idly by, and we see yet another palace coming up to defend the gold for Tunison. There's not going to be an easy raid over there at all. Who's got the advantage in the armory? Well, Tunison does. Flood control coming in, fortified town centers. He has to take this fight, but I just think there's more Arcus here. There's more units here for Mariano in this fight as the Dryad comes in to tank a little bit of damage, but will end up getting taken out in the end there. As Bronze Shield's now coming through for Tunison to help him out, but it doesn't matter. There's just too much population for Mariano in this game. So he has to pull back now. His entire army's dropping down 120 population. No Stymphalian birds being made here. Literally one Stymphalian bird on this Tartarian gate from the start, it would have been picked off. So you do see a Dryad in, but I wonder who wins this fight. 15 damage versus 11. Does this do... No, it doesn't get bonus damage, so it's only doing 11. Yeah, so the Dryad wins. Nice marker there for Mariano to pull back, but did a little bit too late as the Palace here helping out will end up... Stop helping out very shortly here as the gold expiring up at the top side of the map. And Mariano still pushing forward. with his army, he's got such an advantage here. Now we see the hero destroyers coming in. We'll actually get to see if they can take out this Tartarian gate now. A couple of hero destroyers running in to tank the Tartarian spawns on this position. So will Tunison try and get a little bit of jukey action happening. Luis Gontaris looks like he's too slow here. As the Citizen have to pull back. Units coming up to the top side of the map. See the palace. Can start taking down the villages at the top side here. As the Tartarian gate here looks like it will most likely go down. And then those Tartarian spawns, if you want to delete the destroyers here, they can start going after the Arcus. But it looks like Mariano just says, no worries, I'm going to pull back, drop a palace down on this position here to prevent the town center from going up at a later stage. Goes to the top side of the map, start getting the gold starve. I wouldn't mind seeing the palace actually over here to control the gold instead of the town center, or both. Just here to control both of those would have been a perfect placement there. As the Citizen getting caught out yet again here. So Citizen just dies so quickly underneath all of that duress there. Tunison here, he's only got 102 population now. He's dropped down from whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Citizen kills there. Dropped from 24 Citizen to 18. So huge after all is said and done. As the gold finishing up, a little bit of gold left on the top location here for Tunison. He's back onto this gold mine over here as the palace is up on the front and Secret of the Titans clicked by Mariano as he wants to put an end to this game, saying, look, Tunison, I know you don't have the economy here. I know you don't have the population here. A Titan at this point is going to be undefendable for Tunison. So he's going to have to figure this one out. If he can somehow get himself a gold mine. We do see walls coming up on this position as well. Market started. Coinage with llama caravans coming out as well. Now the destroyers coming in to tank as best as they possibly can. But Tunison, he just does not have the resources here in this game. Does not have the resources in this game to continue. He doesn't have the talent, he doesn't have the population, he doesn't have the trade route, he doesn't have the army. He's got the upgrades. But obviously Mariano now going to start getting his own upgrades here. As the Titan age is just about hit, Mariano also going to be able to grab this town center for himself. I do think another palace here would be a better option than anything else there. Can't really sell resources at this point either. Both players have been selling quite a bit here. Coinage for 0 caravans. Yeah, generally speaking, coinage is the upgrade you want to get at around about 5, 10 caravans, maybe 10 caravans. As the Titan gate gets dropped, and in that moment, Tunison says, all right, GG, game's over, I understand. And he taps out. Mariano gets the dub 2-0 in this series. Well played by Mariano. Solid play here with the Oranos. I do think that this kind of meta, so to speak, of like a semi-fast stroke, not even a semi-fast stroke, full population, heroic age into a second town center is not the way to go here. I don't think it's the way to go. I think it's going to be a much better idea to drop a palace on your second gold mine, go mythic age, drop the Tartarian gate on your opponent's palace, call it a day, and you win. I think that would hard counter whatever is going on in this kind of decision making. It just doesn't make any sense to me that a second town center at, say, the 12-minute mark makes sense in terms of how the economy is working, how much income is coming in, to how much pressure you can put onto your opponent by doing teching instead of economy at that point. But at this point, we do see this is the way that the top Oranos players are playing. So Tunison did take this a different way, but he didn't put the palace down, which was the big mistake. Palace first, then mythic age. Makes a lot more sense here. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this game, please consider following the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.